Everybody, Shane Severson here, Legacy Realty, just coming to you on this Tuesday, and I want to do a Tips Tuesday. I know it's a little bit different view. I'm on my computer. I want to actually work through something that I've had quite a few sellers reach out, and I'm going to use this little graph, and I'm going to use it this week. We'll be talking about sellers. Next week, I want to use the same chart, same graph, and I want to talk to our buyers. This is extremely important right now with what the market's doing, to be thinking as a buyer and a seller, what's my strategy, what's my plan, and make something happen. So let's jump into this. The question that I'm getting quite a few times from sellers is this idea, as crazy as the market is right now, as much as I can make on my house, I'm getting these calls, and the question basically is, should I sell now or should I wait? Now, here's the deal. This is a very complicated question that normally I can't just answer in a quick minute or over a text or email. So a lot of times, if you're one of those people that have asked me, I have called you and tried to have a conversation. So I want to, in just a couple quick minutes, I want to give you just a very broad understanding to the answer of that question. If you are a seller, should you sell now and take advantage of this crazy overbidding, all of that, take advantage of making way more for your house than probably what it's worth, or should you wait? So first of all, we have to ask a couple different questions, and I've got a couple things I've jotted down. First of all, are you moving out of state? That's the first question I have. Are you moving out of state, or are you going to stay in Denver? Second question is, how long until you would sell anyway? If you are going to sell in a year, that's one answer. If you're going to sell in 5 years, that's another answer. So first is, are you moving out of state? Second is, how long until you would be moving anyway? And then the third is, when you sell, if you stay here, are you going to rent or are you going to buy? That's another thing that I like to kind of sift through. So just so you understand, I am not a salesman, not trying to sell you a home. I am a consultant. That's what I do. I consult with people to help them try to make wise decisions. And then if it works out, obviously I can help you do that. So let's jump right in. Let me share this screen here with you, and let's dive into this. So some of you guys saw my little handwritten cheesy graph. Thanks to Mason and his much higher tech skills than me, he created this for me. So thank you, Mason. If you can look at this graph here, basically what we're looking at, let's say you have a home that's worth $600,000 today. Our market is growing at a 6%. I would expect that to continue over the next 3, 5, something like that years. So I would expect that market to continue. So at a 6% increase, your house today is worth 600. In a year, it would be 636. In 2 years, 674. And in 3 years, 714. So I think by seeing this on the graph, it probably makes much more sense, and you can see what I talk about. So I believe, and I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say that this is necessarily absolutely going to happen, but I still believe that the craziness right here, I'm calling this the crazy, it's this little false bubble. I still think that is going to go away. So in my mind, when I'm counseling, helping people make wise choices and decisions, if you're a seller, keep in mind that today, if your house is worth 600, if we stuck that on the market, you would probably get on the market 620 all the way to 700. We don't know. It kind of depends on the condition of your home. It depends on the upgrades we have. It depends on a lot of different things. But let's go fairly in the middle, a little on the conservative side. But let's say you're going to get 650,000 for a $600,000 house. And that's why people are wondering, wow, I can just make an extra 50 grand if I sell now. And that is absolutely true. The questions are, if you're staying in town, what are you going to do? You got to either rent or you've got to buy. If you're buying, you are going to pay that for the next property. So it really doesn't do you a lot of good. And if you rent, then you're losing that 6% increase. So bottom line, if you have questions in more detail, reach out to me, but I'll just make this very simple. If you are going to stay in Denver and you are going to rent, if you plan on selling within the next year, I say sell now. Sell now. Take advantage of this crazy overbid. We'll do some upgrades in your home, and your $600,000 house, we're going to get you $700,000 and take advantage of that, or $650,000 as we said. If you are planning on, which a lot of people calling me are saying, Shane, I'm going to do this in the next 2 to 3 years anyway, my counsel is totally different. I say, if you're going to move in the next 2 to 3 years, I would stay in your home. Here's the reason. Again, if you're staying in Denver and you are going to sell today, you're going to have to rent. You're losing the 6%, or you're buying. You're going to lose that money that you're gaining anyway. And here's bottom line. It takes you, if you got $650,000 for that house, it would take you about 1.5 years to make that money back. So if you stay for 2 years and you rent, you're actually going backwards and not making that money. If we got you $700,000, it would take you almost 3 years to make that back. So if you say, Shane, I'm going to stay in my house, or I'm going to stay in Denver for 3 years, then we're planning on moving out of state, you're still in 3 years at $714,000 without paying rent. So I think you're better off. So bottom line, as easy as I can make this, if you are planning on moving no matter what as a seller within the next year, then I would sell now if you're going to move anyway. If you say, I'm not planning on moving right now, we're definitely going to move in the next 2 or more years, then I would stay in your house, because I think you will be better off with that 6% increase. It will catch up and surpass what you would make today on your house. So bottom line, I think I gave you the summary, but if you are looking to sell in the next year, absolutely stop this video, give me a call, and let's talk about getting you an extra $50,000 to $100,000 on your house. If not, let's plan it out, and we'll plan for the future. God bless. I hope that helps. I hope that makes some good sense. And if you have any questions, as always, reach out, and we'll see you next Tuesday. God bless.